Hey, how are things? How are things for everybody? I'm still working on getting everything set up here. I think I have it running. So if I have it running correctly, as soon as I do this, you guys should see me in thermal imaging. I don't want to talk about how much I've been through today to get this to run. But here we are. Yeah, you can see me on thermal. Okay. I've got a weird problem. It's that I can't see your comments. So I'm going to have to basically, I guess, join the stream myself through my own YouTube and watch it there, theoretically. I don't know. I'm trying. Yeah, I'm about to do it on my own YouTube channel. So I bought a thermal reader, or a thermal camera, and I've got it hooked up a little bit odd. If anyone knows a better way, straight up, comment and let me know, or chat and let me know, so that I know what's going on. All right, I've got it open on my phone, so at least I have that. So I have it running, and I figure you guys love the Core 1. Core 1's a lot of fun too. Do I have too many lights on? Looks like I have too many lights on. And I wanted to see what 3D printers look like under a thermal camera. I know that, I'm just gonna set this down because it really is a pain in the butt to hold the whole time. But I know that for a lot of you, right, having a thermal camera it's a lot. Like, they're not cheap. So yeah, I spent 150 bucks after coupon. It's linked. I thought this one could work via USB, similar to like a, what am I thinking? Like a webcam, right? That my intention was this was going to work like a webcam, and I plug it in instead of this thing. Lo and behold, that doesn't work. Andrew Rogers with 10 bucks. Thank you very much, sir. Says, for the Predator Cam Fun. Yes. I want to show you guys something before we get too deep. Remember how I say it gets really warm in here? That's what I mean. That's the ceiling in here. You can actually see where I have sound deadening insulation stored up in the attic. You can actually see the two spots where I've piled up the panels. Everywhere else has no insulation at all. And clearly I'm hot. Okay, like, camera doesn't lie. Find air leaks in the garage. The answer is just yes. Where are the air leaks? It's there, 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 it's everywhere. We got air leaks. Yo, dog, I heard you like air leaks. Collie says haircut when? Okay. I was told to let it grow out for Rocky Mountain. There's a thing that we're going to do. It's not going to get much longer. And that assumes I can actually make it out to Rocky Mountain. Good Lord, it's expensive to fly right now. Insulation isn't expensive, is it? No, but the labor to install it is. Labor is the most expensive thing out there. So, before we get too deep, I've linked the camera in the chat. If anyone has a potential way to get it to run on a computer without me having to set up a web server, use an app to then mirror my phone, and then do a capture of that website. It's a 192.168 IP, right? So I'm just logging into an IP, and then put that on the stream. If someone has a better way to do this, please let me know, because I don't know how. Also, the phone's at 70%. It only goes to 85, but this thing does suck up a bit of juice. I'm wondering if I turn off. Oh, that's not the lock button. Yep, if I lock the screen, you guys you guys lose your image as well. So I guess, you know what I can do? I can do that. I can just basically completely turn off the backlight on the screen. Ha! And now, yeah, okay. That works a lot better. It says it works on PC. I know. I tried. My PC doesn't recognize it. It recognizes it, but there's something going on with the driver. If you guys want me to try something out, once we kind of look at the Core 1 and we look at a 3D printer under a thermal camera, let me know. But for right now, I think we're just going to leave it as is, just so we can kind of get through this. So, yeah. Okay. Great, Grant. You've got yourself in a... There. We'll just do that with the Core 1. That's good. All right, so I've got the entire Core 1 turned off completely. I just want to make sure... Okay. Yeah. You can see my phone sitting right there with everything on it. Have you tried plugging in directly to the USB-C on the PC? No. It doesn't have a long enough cord for me to do that. So, no, I haven't done that. Yeah, so I'm linking my phone to the computer. Now, I know on... I'm going to take this off. Because I know on the XL, it has a rather interesting boot up procedure for the bed. So we're just going to turn it on and see what it all looks like. I don't know if it's going to have like an interesting boot up procedure that is somehow unique. James Kerbal says, ooh, fire camera. Yeah, fire camera. So, all right. Since we know the Prusa heat bed is a PCB, we should be able to see this thing heating. I just want to pull this back far enough so you guys can get a good view of it. It is very difficult to get an idea of what I'm looking at. So let's turn the heat bed up to... I'm going to turn it up to 60C. We'll see how accurate this is. Oh, that's so cool. Well, I mean hot, but you get the idea. Instantly that worked. Logic No is asking what camera is that. I've linked it in the description if you want to take a look. It's just an M256 thermal camera. I was going to get a Cat S60, but then I realized this is like way cheaper, like considerably cheaper. So we didn't do that. The only thing is right now is that I can only monitor it. I guess I got to turn up the phone brightness. I can't see a damn thing. Let's see. Yeah, the bed says it's at... So I'm reading hotspots in like the mid 50s. The printer says 51. But I'm guessing that's because the middle is quite a bit warmer. Interesting. So the middle, you can see the individual traces and everything. That is so, so cool. If you guys want, I can make this bigger. Do you guys want the thermal camera to be made bigger? I can probably do that. I'm just going to set this underneath the heat bed while I change something really quick. Because actually, right now, I've got a bit of a problem using it. I don't have the cursor. Yeah, I say I don't have the cursor captured. Okay, now I do. I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, since I have a feeling this is what a lot of you are here to see. So there, we'll make it bigger. Yeah, it's got the white bars on the side of it. I don't care to fix it at the moment. Unfortunately, turning it sideways doesn't just auto-orient everything. So that kind of sucks. Yeah, there you go. You can actually see the heat that is bleeding off from, you can see, compared to my hand. My hand is cold now at a sprightly 37 degrees Celsius. But you can see how the screws are effectively acting as heat sinks. So they're sinking away heat from the build plate itself and from the bed. The printer does say that it's at temp, I am not reading that it is at temp. I'm reading about 54, 55 Celsius. Now, that all depends on the emissivity of what I'm putting stuff on. So if we take a build sheet here, drop a build sheet on it, we'll see the build sheet slowly come up to temperature as well. The build sheet's going to have a lower I don't know, better for thermal imaging, a better emissivity. So, do I need to go larger on that? I can go larger. Like, it's not that big of a deal. It'll remove the top down, but I don't know if you guys actually care about that. I'm also impressed of how well this is actually handling, like how well the PC is handling all of this. I'm curious. Okay. Yeah, we're handling this quite well, actually. Cool potatoes. And yeah, I guess you'll be able to see my cursor if it goes over it. Yeah, you can. Okay. I'm being told larger is better. All right, fine. Let's go bigger. Shall we? I don't know. I don't want it to stick. I don't want it to be all the way at the top like that. So let's bring it in just a hair. And I can go to there. There you go. That's interesting to see it from the bottom. There is no, ow, that's quite warm. You can see where my finger touches it. So if we look at the print bed now, again, we'll see hot spots and cold spots. What I really want to see, I want to see a nozzle heat up. And I bet you guys do too. So just to save my keister here, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the heat bed, which I guess that'll let us see how it cools down too. Everyone says perfection. I'll take it. Okay. So let's do the thing you all want to see, the nozzle temperature. So this thing can go to 450 degrees Celsius. The camera can. So I'm going to take it to, I don't know, 230. PETG was the last thing in this machine, so 230 is fine. And we'll be able to see it heating up. Ooh, those wires get toasty, don't they? Interesting. You know, I didn't think the wires were going to get in here. I'm going to move this out to the middle so it's easier for me to look at. I didn't think... Well, I guess there's going to be some heat radiating up to the wires themselves. This machine does have a silicone sock on it. Oh, that is so interesting. So the machine is telling me about 136. The camera's telling me about 100, and it's about 10C lower. Don't touch the red glowing stuff. Yeah, don't do that. I can change the color, so I can go to like a different style of temperature if you guys prefer that. It comes with different options. It can even be black and white, but I figured this one made the most sense. I don't know if it doesn't. You tell me. I'm going to take a photo of that because I think that's a cool photo. It looks like it's going to melt. Well, thankfully, it's totally fine. You can see I'm reading like 200 Celsius on the top there. Infrared light also reflects off of surfaces and sometimes gives false reading. Yes, and so that is going to be a thing. Printer smells. It's got some spice. Could just be the thing. Oh, Jacob's here. Says only 10 likes in the chat, 63 viewers. Time to bump those numbers up. That's right. Thankfully, it's a Prusa, not an A net A8. Yes, I'm guessing I'm smelling some off-gassing of the silicone. That's pretty normal. So yeah, I'm reading like 200C. Yeah, 200C top temperature. If I go real close to it, 170C, 160, 170C. on the heat block itself. That is a super cool thing to see. Let me take off the build plate again. I want to turn the bed on because I think that will also be a cool photo. Look at that. The build plate really does even everything out. I'm just going to go back into control. Temperature. Heat bed. That's super cool looking. You can like literally see all the traces heating up. Huh. That is super cool. What I wanted to test here was actually the chamber temperature for the Core 1, right? Because the Core 1 can do active chamber control or active chamber temperature control. While it doesn't have a heater, it does have the ability to regulate its own chamber. The lead screws show temperature, but it's reflecting off the bed, mind you. Yeah, yep. You can definitely see some stuff on the lead screw there. You can see my hand is quite warm. And if I like put my hand on the table for a while, you'll start to see the heat from my hand stuck on the table. Let's see. I'm most interested and impressed with how little the fan shroud itself is heated. Yeah, here, we can go to the side here. The heat sink, and I can probably, yeah, I can probably shine right through the fan itself. We can definitely see the duct picks up some heat, but yeah, the heat break does like, the heater wires are hotter than the actual heat break is, so that is quite interesting to see. What camera is that again? It's a generic M256 camera. It's linked in the description. It was $150 after coupon, so I said, F it, let's get one. The thing that I'm bummed about is currently I can't figure out how to get it to connect to a computer and use it as a webcam. If one of you has an idea or knows how to do it, let me know, because I really do want to try that. So, since I know it's what everybody wants to see, let's heat up the chamber of a Prusa and see what the outside of it looks like, what the radiative heat outside the machine looks like. So let's do... You know what? I was going to I was going to click for preheating ABS temperatures, but realistically, I should just do this myself. So we're gonna do 110 on the bed. Nozzle temp 230 should be fine. Chamber temperature, we're gonna set it to 55°C. Oh no, the acrylic is blocking everything. Damn it. Well, I didn't expect that. I guess I probably should have. Acrylic blocks it. That's a bit of a bummer, but we will be able to see it on the side of the machine. You'll actually be able to see where the heat bed is based on what is radiating to the machine itself. I wonder if I open the top vents, if I can just stick that. Yeah, I can. I can kind of stick it through the top vent there to see inside. Well, that's not going to work the way that I had hoped, unfortunately. That'd be fun. Wixter's here. Hello, Wexter. Oh, let's see. The heat bed is within 5 Celsius on the... Uh-oh. Power saving mode. Stop doing due to inactivity. Don't do that. No. Reconnect. Damn it. Well, that's annoying. Give me a second. There we go. All right. Well, that's a little frustrating. I guess that makes sense. What is that? after 20 minutes of inactivity. That's not too bad. Can I dangle the camera inside and close the hatch? Well, yeah, I guess I can, but I'm not going to really be able to aim it, right? Like, I can do something like that. Yeah, it just ends up falling. Let's try something else. Here. I'm going to feed the USB-C cable through... I'm going to feed it through the actual, You know, the funny thing is that there's actually a, There. What? Confirm. Just do it. There. Ha-ha! I'm feeding it in through the vents on the top of the printer. Vacan says, gotta love cheap Chinese crappy. To be clear, this is not, like, it's all the systems that I'm using to make it work. Again, I'd really like this to be able to connect directly to the computer itself. That way I don't have to mirror a cell phone, which is not my, it's the filming, it's a pain in the butt. So if you know how to do this, please get in contact with me, because I would like to do it. I'm going to reach out to the company tonight, but it literally came in an hour ago, which is... We were debating on streaming or not, but... Why don't we print something? I feel like printing... You know what? Printing something would be kind of cool. You want to print something, or do you want to let this thing heat soak? What are you guys thinking? Ashley says print. I agree. I think we should just be printing. Print, 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 Wexter says. All right. Let's cool down this thing then. I gotta now pull the camera out because it's literally gonna be right in the way of the printer. So let's pull that out. Let's get my camera handy. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna set that down. We're gonna load in some Galaxy Black Parchment. And then we're gonna, since it is PLA, we'll be able to check it with the door open and verify chamber temps. So Logic No says, after some Googling, it shows you can connect directly to the PC using the TCView 2.0 app. I have that app. I tried it. It doesn't recognize the camera at all. When I connect the camera to the PC itself, it shows as an unrecognized device. So it's missing a driver. At least traditionally, it's missing a driver. Yeah, and Raw says you'll be able to see the layer lines as they cool. That is what I plan on. You can see my face. And for those wondering, can you see a fart? Oh, ha, that's right. I have to flip this every single time that I use the app. Rotate there. So if you're wondering if you can see a fart, the answer is no. That is not how thermal cameras work. So if I exhale warm air, you should be able to see it if you could see a fart. But you can't. So all those videos of looking at people farting that you were watching on the internet, Wexter, with thermal cameras, it's not actually true. You've been lied to. I did try searching it with Windows Update. It didn't find anything. So that was unfortunately not something that worked. It is what it is. Let's see. Will of Maker said, lied to on the internet? No way. Rex said, eat something spicy. Do da bomb. Or any spices from Hot Ones. I do. The bomb is pretty much the only one that I don't have. Because it's terrible. It's horrid. It is truly made by people that hate people. That's how I feel about it. I gotta find the mini grant here. There we go. All right. Then yeah, you can actually see how warm it is in my garage. There's the ceiling. That's a bare concrete. Well, there. That's a bare concrete wall. You can see how much warmer the ceiling itself is compared to the concrete. So, well, that didn't work. I was pointing it at the screen like you could actually see what was on the screen. You can't. The screen says the chamber is currently at 30 degrees Celsius, so we're going to shut this and see if we can actually see cool air or anything like that coming in. Oh, are you upside down again? It is. I really hate that. That is... What are your thoughts on the acrylic panels? They work. So we can see the fans back there. They're currently doing work. This is quite interesting. I didn't expect it to work this well. If you add a thermal insulation inside, do you think it would heat the chamber faster? Theoretically, yes, because the metal itself, we can see, does absorb heat from the machine itself. You know, so if you do isolate the metal and keep it from radiating heat outwards, yes, it will do better. Dan87423 says, thanks to your must tool have tools video. I bought a pine sill and some extra tips. The amount of difference case mods available on printables is actually amazing. That reminds me, I need to finish that affiliate link list for that video, because affiliate money's nice sometimes. What are we waiting for? Oh, we're waiting for the bed to cool down. That's interesting. All right, so right now it's absorbing heat. We're just going to go ahead and skip that since the bed is... It says about 50, but the printer thinks it's 60. So that's top and bottom of the PCB differences, I assume. Yeah, bed is too warm for start, so get a fan and miss some IPA. No, you don't want to do that with the acrylic panels. Alcohol and acrylic panels are not friends of each other. Ooh, I bet we'll be able to see the booping and the temperature left on the bed from the hotter nozzle. I can't see anything. No, unfortunately, it doesn't work. See a little bit of stuff that was left behind. So the nozzle's currently at 170. I was expecting to be able to see little dots But I guess because it's not touching it for very long, we're not getting that much of a thermal transfer, interestingly enough. More you know. You can see the heat from the heater radiating into the fan, too, which is quite interesting. Or into the fan duct, I should say. Linux says, here's a weird question. How much power does the USB-C connection meant for camera output? This one says it uses, like, less than a watt. It says it uses 0.35 watts. I'm not noticing a significant difference in, like my phone can barely use an SSD. Oh, that's so cool. You can see the filament. I love it. Even this build plate's got, it is mildly heat reflective. That's quite interesting. Huh. Interesting. I was not expecting, because like if you notice, it's cooling down very fast to bed temperature. Does PLA actually need the temperature that we give it? I don't know. So I'm doing one more rotate. Whoops, I've rotated incorrectly. There. Yeah, there's only some danger associated with this, so I don't know, like the video for me doing dangerous stuff, like putting my hand unreasonably close to a 3D printer. Nomad's Galaxy says printed solid police are here. That is so cool. Like, how can you not enjoy that? That is super cool. Yep, someone's calling the shop. I can't answer that. Kisker said, do you think of any reasons why the Mag X would be skipping steps, 200 speed and 500 acceleration? No, it shouldn't be. It just shouldn't be. You can see how much cooler that fan duct is, and how realistically it's not cooling down the part as much as you would think. That is so interesting. Yeah, fan duct's like ice in comparison. Yeah, it is quite icy. Sorry, my one arm was getting tired. Had to bring in the other one. Yeah, honestly, I could just look at this for a while. In fact, I probably should. It has a video setting. So, Kisker said I need a mount. Well, what I need first is a way to connect this directly to my PC. That's what I need first. I first need a way to connect this to the computer. And I bet if I get rid of the webcam, oh, it goes back to being small. Never mind. Ah. Imagine this camera in macro right at the extruder. I'm not certain that these can do that kind of thing. Yeah, let me see if I can... Just so if I block part of the camera, it should give me... I was hoping that it would tell me the temperature of something if I just, like, click on it, but it doesn't. Bit of a bummer there. Admit it, you think this is as cool as I do. Sorry, I know it's shaking. I guess I can just set this on the build plate. It's not as cool as if you get that upper angle. Yeah, there's nothing that's not just mesmerizing about this. I'm gonna be straight with you guys. Like, that is, Kisker said, "Dear Flir, please send him a sweet cam. Cheapest is fine." So I reached out to Flir the day after everything with Qidi went down, and they never got back to me. I called them. They said to email them, and I said, well, you know, it's been a month. No one got back to me. They're like, well, that's probably your answer for you. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I guess that's an answer. The Flir 1 is the thing that I do quite like. It's like fully wireless, but I'm not certain you can connect it to a computer. Steven Machando says, maybe you should have printed a stand for the camera. Again, the ideal solution here is that I can mount it to an arm and not have to, like, share a phone screen in a... just a relatively dumb way of doing this, but it's the only way that I could figure out to work in a short time frame. I've had this in my hands for less than an hour. Well, okay, less than an hour and a half at this point. So we're 37 minutes in. How about you glue a magnet on it? I don't know if I'm going to keep it yet. The current issue is I bought it specifically because it said that it could connect via software to a computer. And from what I can tell, that's not correct. So I got to figure that out. Toward the end of the stream, if anyone that does like tech stuff, I would love your assistance toward the end of this, because eventually the phone's going to die. The phone's at 60% right now. But eventually the phone's going to die and I'm going to have to stop using a thermal imaging camera, and then we can try to troubleshoot it from the PC side of things. VHB tape. I mean, could. Yeah, I guess I kind of could, couldn't I? It's easier said than done right now. I don't have a lot of that. I didn't plan for that, so I don't have the stuff out here to do it. That's just so cool. You can just see it like slowly cooling down. You can just like literally see it slowly cooling down. I really do like that feature. Let me see if there's a way that I can keep it from going to sleep. Oh, I could enter full screen mode. Well, that would have been smart. Stop real time. One-way audio. I don't care about any of that. Nope. Okay. Love to see a long bridge. Yeah, that would be That'd be pretty cool to see. Can definitely see why cooling is important and why slowing down the printer to do vertical segments, you know, like a benchy tower, is quite a big deal. So if you notice, it takes a little bit for that to cool down, even though the Core 1 has quite good cooling. F said, what are we printing? Mini Stefan? No, it's Mini Grant. I have my own Wexter Mini. Wexter was kind enough to make one for me a few years back. It does have long hair, which is always funny. But I'm very thankful to have my own Wexter Mini so that I can print little versions of myself. And of course, we're printing it with a thermal camera, which is very, very unique, I think. Touch the item with your finger and see how much heat transfers to your finger. I am dumb, but I'm not that dumb, thankfully. We gotta get the Grant crotch, you know, when it does the damn bridge. The things that end up getting said here. You can definitely see how much heat still sticks with it, though. There's still a lot of heat that hangs out. And if we look, the chamber of the Core 1 says it's at about 27 Celsius. And yeah, can confirm about 27, 28 Celsius. Getting close. There's the bridge. More bridging. I wonder when the Core 1 actually starts to speed up, because we're still dealing with like minimum layer time right now. Steven said, so would this printer cut muster with security to be used at your farm for some of your client contracts? Absolutely. It can be ran 100% offline without losing any features, so there's no reason. We've been using Prusa's for years. We knew the Core 1 would we knew the Core 1 would work perfectly fine well before we even got one. It is not an Android-only device. It's a USB-C only device. Oh, you're saying, like, straight up it can't be used on Windows. That would be a bummer. Well, my issue currently is the way that I do it is really janky and basically requires having a second cell phone to do all this with. So Jacob said if it can work on Android, it can definitely work on Windows. At worst, you can run an Android emulator. Yeah, I can't run a virtual machine easily. This is not a very powerful streaming PC. It's a 7700. So it's not great. Like, it can barely handle the streaming that we do already. Can I just, like, set this down? No, I can't. Dang. I was hoping I could, like, set it down in a corner or something, but I can't. I have to hold on to it. Kiska said, I kind of wish I could return this and just get, like, 3 Elegoo Centauri carbons instead. Well, I mean, the Centauri carbon, it does not have long-term testing. I don't have one, so I can't really comment on that, but I can tell you in terms of, like, a company that's going to stand by their equipment, that's Prusa. Sorry. I understand they're not cheap, but you should have known that. You know you pay the Prusa tax. Like, you know that you do. Print a holder for it, I would have to design one, and I don't have that kind of time. Sorry. Actually, the 7700 is getting up there in age. It is, but it does have, you know, it does everything I need it to do. So... Kisker, I would say that this is probably something you got to go to the Discord or directly to Peopoly or Peopoly about. I am not qualified to answer that, unfortunately. So now that it's moving back and forth more, we can definitely see the cooling working better, right? We're getting less issues with the cooling. This is really going slow. I want to turn this way up. I'm going to go to 200% print speed. I want to see what happens when you go to 200%. Like, can it actually keep up? Email him, Kisker. I mean, that's the best thing you can do. He said the Discord doesn't know, and Peopoly has been silent, or Peopoly has been silent. Email him. That's all you can do, boss. It does appear that it's keeping up. Yeah, the printer don't care. I am using that OTG cable. So I am using that. It has a USB-A adapter. So I am using that. But unfortunately, it is not acting as we would expect it to. So, bit of a bummer rune skis for sure. I tried. I feel kind of dumb too, but I tried. Oh, hey, my internet's going to crap. Let me see. See if that has anything to do with it. But yeah, I am using that OTG cable. So, unfortunately, I know it's not the OTG cable. Now, this computer does have a USB-C interface, but I use it for something else. And I don't have a female... I need a female-to-female USB-C cable. It's realistically what I need. Yeah. It is handling this just fine. All right, let's crank it up. Let's go to 250. 250%. Now, because we are printing faster, I'm going to turn up my nozzle temperature a little bit just to deal with that. Because I want to make sure the heater itself can keep up. Even that appears to be keeping up for the most part. It's definitely still warm. Let me see. Yeah, the print fan speed is at full percent, so... Alright, real connection will be the direct USB. If you guys are okay with me trying that, I'll try that right now. So we're an hour deep into the stream. Well, we're 50 minutes deep into the stream. I'm totally fine with trying stuff out. But... what's the print? It's a mini Grant. Speeds of the printer will be moving at you probably not exceed 16 cubic millimeters a second. Yeah, that's fair. I probably don't need to. And it is a high flow nozzle anyways. All right, you know what? Let's just go ahead and try it. I'm very curious, so I'm going to unplug it. I'm going to turn off thermal. Now, the thing is, I don't have a long cable for this. So, basically... yeah, if this does work, we at least know it requires USB-C. So, let me try that. I don't have a long USB-C cable, unfortunately. All right, I am connected directly to it. I will go into the TCView 2.0 software. And let's see what happens. There is no online device yet. Please connect the device first. So, yep, it doesn't see it. And device manager, I guess now I can show you guys what it shows up as. Let me scan for hardware changes in device manager. Actually, it's not showing up as a problem anymore. That's interesting. Let me see if it goes away. Yeah. Oh crap. Oh, the TC app just tried to connect to it and then it closed. Interesting. It just tried to do it. Oh, that's interesting. It just tried to do it. I'm going to try it one more time. Oh, that was... I've never seen it do that before. All right, unplug it, plug it back in, loading, and then the app just crashes. Okay, well, that's all right, well, can I see it as an actual camera? Let's see. Let's see if it will show up as an actual camera. I don't think it will. No, it doesn't. So OBS doesn't see it as a camera. All right, so it recognizes it in USB-C. So I wonder... I'm going to bring it down to me. I can't believe it crashes the app. Like, go figure. I'm now going to plug it into my hub that I have down here. And, like, it gets power. It shows that it's there. Now, I am curious if that just turned off the webcam functionality. Nope, the webcam still works. So, now... no online device. So it doesn't recognize it via USB-A. And I don't think I have any USB extensions. Did we buy a cheap crap flir? Yeah, I don't have expensive flir money. So, I don't have expensive flir money. So I am trying the actual cable that it comes with. It has C to C, and then it's got an A conversion on it. So, yeah. The bummer is that it uses a male C on it, when really I need something else. Yeah, the app doesn't recognize it this way. And in Device Manager now, it shows up as unknown USB device, set address failed. Try running the app as admin. Maybe it needs privileges. You know what? That's a great idea. Let's try that. I can't think of any monitoring ways that could go wrong. You know. But yeah, let's run it as admin. Okay. Nope, it doesn't recognize it. Nope. So now that it's ran as admin, let's see if we go plug it in directly to USB-C on the computer, if that works. Nope, crashes. It crashes still. That's hilarious to me. All right, well, looks like we're gonna be stuck with doing it the old school way. It's not the way I want to do it. I think it's a really dumb way, but so in Device Manager on direct connection, no, it doesn't have that address issue. I don't have an open, I don't think I do at least. Yeah, I don't have an open USB-A port on the front of the PC. So I'm not able to test that, unfortunately. Let me see if I can determine what it shows up as. I have a feeling it's just a USB composite device. Yeah, it shows up a USB composite device. That's all. That's what it shows up as. All right, we're gonna run as admin, see if that works. Gonna go to live. No online devices yet. Interesting. So it doesn't see it right now either. Let me just try unplugging and plugging it back in. Attempts, crashes. So that doesn't work either. I've got, now TopDon themselves have a different TC View app. It's a much older version. So I'm wondering if that one will work. Give me a second to figure that one out. Show menu. No. Connecting device. Not connected. Okay, let's try. Disconnect, reconnect. Nope, that doesn't work either. So I've got both versions. Unfortunately, that does not work. Bummer. Also check if Windows Update oh yeah, with it plugged in directly, maybe Windows Update picked up something. Let's see. View optional. Driver updates. Hey now. Oh. This is some sort of controller. Alright, that's something. That's getting us in the right direction, I think. Yeah, but I have to restart the PC. So, unfortunately, And it's an Intel Xeon PCIe controller. X16. Oh, Lost in Texas. It was 150 bucks Lost in Texas. I can't see the price on this thing because no ship to UK and Amazon hides prices. So it was 200 bucks, had a $50 coupon. So, like, it's not that bad price-wise if I can get it to run on a computer. I don't know if I can. And yes, that is cheap. I'm well aware. All right. Let's see. Nope, app still crashes. Okay. Well, I guess we're going to go back to the phone, because I don't think we have any other method right now. Point the camera at phone screen. It's low res anyways. Yeah. Or we just use a second cell phone and mirror it, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to mirror the cell phone. So I'm not worried about it. Let's reconnect. So they're able to use Phone Link. Phone Link, is that like an app of some sort? Because that's effectively what I'm doing right now. Yeah, I have a second phone, so that's what I'm doing instead. So now it's running. The thing that I don't like about this is I have to change the settings every time. That's a bit of a pain in the butt. However, now if I turn on thermal, now you guys can see it. Because all I'm doing is I'm just basically streaming my phone screen. What do I dislike most about the Core 1? It shakes a lot. Its foam padding, I think, needs to be closer to the edges, and it tends to rock more than I would like. It hasn't damaged my countertop surface that some users have complained about, but a lot of users are cutting the pads and moving them to the corners of the machine. Otherwise, I do think that the PA values for the Core 1 and the Mark IVs, for that matter, are not set perfectly, so I am working on tuning that in. That's actually what this test piece is for. Here, let me just, I'm going to set this down. Okay, that'll work. And I will show you on the webcam what I'm talking about. Or top-down. Let's do top-down. Let's zoom in and see if we can see it. Will it work? Will it focus? Focus. Focus, please. How much lower do I have to go? It's hard to see because it doesn't want to focus, but I promise you the corners, there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but the corners, the perimeter lines don't touch each other at the corners. Orange is probably not the right color to show it all in. But again, I think that that's just slicer tuning. Oh, look at that. You can see the heat radiating up into the feet. That's interesting. But realistically, that's a profile update, and you're done. Now, it could be humidity related. That's the things we're currently testing. But, like, as a machine, the thing prints like a hot damn. It's been the most reliable Core XY in the fleet. Like, literally, I've got a couple. I went through 4 of these 2 kilo rolls. The XL did, or XL, the Core 1 did 2 kilo rolls. So it did 4 kilos, and it is about to embark on a 57 roll project. I'm not using all the bits from it. We're going to do a video on it. But, yeah, we're going to embark on a project that involves 57 rolls of filament. Jimmy says, after cleaning the insides of a Hermera with denatured alcohol, should I re-lubricate with sewing machine oil or lithium grease? Between the two, lithium grease, because you'll be able to repack the bearings, but you really want like a red and tacky grease for ball bearings. Lost in Tech, it's probably a regulated technology. I have a Flir 1 Pro and had to sign documents that had to go back to the U.S. government that it would not get exported. Oh, there's an ITAR thing. Interesting. I did not have to sign documents for this. Wish I could swing some filament manufacturers so I could get some printer chow. My test prints ate all mine. Well, that's how it goes sometimes. That's how it goes sometimes. Not only bearings, gears as well. You shouldn't have to lubricate gears. That it should just work. So, if for some reason the gears themselves aren't working, you can try to figure that out. Oh, damn it. Sorry. Trying to give you guys better... Ooh, you know what? Let me see if going to HD does anything. Let's see. High definition quality. It's probably going to piss off the phone. Please wait. Switching. No, it's still pretty low latency. Nasty said, I got some VFAs in my Core 1. Is that normal? I do think that is immediately related to the machine rocking. I do. I have noticed VFAs on it. You know, realistically, I don't care too much. I find that the VFAs are often related to temperature as well. If I turn up my temperatures, a lot of the VFA goes away. But yeah, I think with some... Try reducing your perimeter acceleration, like 500 to 1,000. That also deals with VFAs quite a bit. Or you can increase at 500 or 1,000. I think the machines are resonating, and because they don't have accelerometers, there's no easy way for us to determine what the actual input shaping value should be. Prusa gives you one that just works, and it works fine, but it's not going to give you perfect prints. I want to get the accelerometer thing and measure all that stuff, but yeah, I haven't gone down that path myself. What kind of resonance compensation are they using? They test it in the factory, and then they just apply a basic input shaping calculation. So it's just a basic resonant frequency calculation. You can adjust it yourself. You just have to know the frequency that it resonates at. They do all that at the factory, and they just apply it bulk across the machines. This is one of those weird things where, because Prusa doesn't use Clipper, and they're not using mainline of anything. They're using a very custom, well, ratty put together firmware from years and years and years and years and years of developing the same thing. That realistically, I don't know if that's ever going to easily change. But I do want to get an accelerometer. That's something that I do want to mess with. It is similar to Marlin, like it is a flavor of Marlin, but Marlin's input shaper works just fine too. So, how about bringing those legs to the Core 1? I have no reason to. I want my machines to be as physically compact as possible, so the legs don't do much for us. They should name it after the magnetic fishy thing. There's your magnetic fishy thing in... By the way, if you wanted to see my roof again, it's starting to... The sun's starting to go down, so I'm betting that side of the garage is warmer than this side of the garage because of the way that the roof is done. So 25, 26C up there. Oh, no, it's about the same, actually. I'm pointing it at a $80,000 3D printer for reference. That's fun. There's the monitor that I use, one of the lights we use, light above me, camera above me. That's kind of cool just to look at random things with thermal. Again, for 150 bucks, I think this thing has exceeded phone level expectations, but I have more expectations in this. F, what's the story with the fish? You don't know? To be clear, I'm deliberately gaslighting on this. It's just a joke. No one knows the story. So if you just hear me say, you don't know, it is a deliberate gaslight. You're not going crazy. There isn't a story. I mean, I know the real story, but I'm also not at liberty to discuss it. The real story is not interesting. Yeah, the best thing with flirs is you can see where heat was. So I'll put my hand on the table like this, and you'll see after only a few seconds it leaves my handprint behind as heat. There's my hand. There's the handprint worth of heat. Because I'm hot-blooded, check at the scene. Oh. I am regularly like, this is just who I am. I make bad song references, and I don't care. So this is quite interesting. We can see it really being able to cool once it's slowed down a bit. I don't know, a printer under a thermal camera is pretty cool. I do just have to figure out a better way to use this thing. Through the phone, it's quite nice. If I pointed a camera at the phone and did it this way, it would be great. But to show it on stream is a whole different animal. I'm trying to see if any of the heat goes down into the head. A little bit. The problem is we have such a wide range of temperatures in one image, you know? So apparently FLIR have restricted resolution because of ITAR. I guess that makes sense. Look, to be clear, this thing has a fair bit of resolution. It's a 256 by 192 sensor. And it's got their, you know, super resolution. It's a subsampling. This is much better than I would expect. Again, at the price point. Yeah, what the other thing that is macro, or that is opaque, is acrylic. So you can't really use anything. Glass and acrylic block FLIR infrared. Here, I'll turn off the super resolution. So this is bone stock, no super resolution. And if we turn super resolution on, it just smooths things out. Like, you know, you have to buy sapphire lenses. Ah, well, I'm too poor for that. Like and subscribe. Yeah, and for 150 bucks after coupon, I'm reasonably happy with it. Like, I got no reason to complain. Other than it should work on a computer and it doesn't. I want to go up to Windows 11 because Windows 11 can natively run Android apps. But this machine is so old, it doesn't qualify for that. So, but yeah, like in my head, I'm like, all right, Windows 11 means I can run the Android app natively. Then I can just connect, and theoretically it just works. I can get a longer cable, like a longer extension cable, to give me the cable that I need. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about, you know, being able to use it. Oh, it can only natively run Windows apps? I thought it also natively ran Android apps. There. Ha! I'm just hanging the thermal sensor inside the machine. That is hilarious to me. I wish there was a way to set how often this disconnected, but it doesn't appear there is a way. It's like every 20 minutes I have to go back and click it. Have I checked to see... Oh. You can run Android apps on Windows 11? Never heard that. I thought you could. I don't know. John says, I've used thermal cameras to pick up access codes during red team penetration testing. With a proper cam, you can test what numbers have been pressed in what order. Yeah. Yep. You absolutely can. Oh, that is like right on top of the camera. Okay. Here, we'll just set that there so we can watch the hot end cool down together. Stay. It doesn't want to stay. There's the mini Grant, by the way. See the heat bed. Used to be able to run Android app, but not anymore as far as I know. Oh. And yes, I pointed at my body. You can see my face. You can see the mic pack that's on me. Yeah. You can see like veins and things in your arm because that's where the blood is, and the blood is warmer than my skin. We can check things back there. You can see this is the Elgato face cam. That's warm. Yeah. We can even look at like the wall versus the ceiling and how much different the temperature is. Yeah, I thought it could, but I guess it doesn't. Oh, well. Realistically, I love Windows 11 for one reason. Oh, look, you can see that the top of my head is still quite warm. The reason I really like Windows 11, and it's a really stupid reason, is how it handles... Oh, God. How it handles the files, like the folders. I really like that. I really like how it does that. Oh, you can see the stepper motors are quite warm up here too. Huh. The more you know. So yeah, if anyone's got any tips or tricks on how to get this thing working on a Windows computer, let me know. It did find a driver, so when we're done with the stream, I'm going to reboot my computer and we're going to see what happens. I got some lights in. We're going to be working with Woobin, the light manufacturer. They make like flashlights and stuff. So I have them on me because I need to try them before we, like, fully commit to work. Before we fully commit to working with a company, I always try their products. And not ever owning a Woobin light before, I wanted to try some. So they sent me some over, so we can hit them with the thermal imager if you want, but print bed looks very consistent temperature. It is, however, the bolts that bolt it to the rest of the machine, those, hilariously, are where a lot of the heat goes. Which, you know, in theory, makes sense. Yeah, hot spot better than bald spot. Amen to that. A friggin' men to that. I'm gonna cool down the machine. Yeah, you know what? I'm curious to see how hot it gets. So they were both in my pocket. So this is the X Pro 2 and the G5. Yeah, the G5. And I'm just gonna put it on like full bore, just full bore bright. So that is full bore bright. I'm curious to see how hot it gets. That's full turbo. It is heating up. And if it wasn't obvious, it is quite bright. Oh, it's even transferring heat to the table. Huh. Now, the thing right there is another set of lights. Let's see, if I do it that way, it might make more sense, but it is a little bit easier to read. $34C. It's a little warm. It's not as warm as I expected, to be clear. Like something that's running... It is not a shiny silver. It is white. So, it's definitely warming up, but yeah, that doesn't get as hot as I expected to. How hot does the electronics get? From what I could tell just by messing around with it, not very. I guess we can do that. I just got to turn the machine around. So I went to put the printer on the turntable that I bought, and then I realized I'm gonna be printing. I can't have a printer on a turntable when I'm printing. That defeats the purpose of the machine. So all right, let's preheat for PETG. And then we'll look at the... Okay, 35, 37 up here. I mean, that's not bad. Nothing is all that hot. Now, that's the electronics box. That's the power supply. We are running full power on this. It's really not getting that warm. We can do the thing we're not supposed to do, which is, you know, remove the 6 screws from the back of the machine and pull off the back panel. So let's do that. Well, that's 5 screws now. Damn it. Oh, that's gone. Yeah, let's hit the boards and see what they look like. That would be fun. Jacob, that's what I was trying earlier. It doesn't work. So that's, I've tried both the TC View 2.0 and the one directly from Topdon, which is funny because Topdon is a manufacturer too. These are competing products, which I just find very funny. Okay. Cover is off. Whoop. Sorry. Damn phone. Right, this phone has a magnetic back to it. Let me just stick it to something so it doesn't... There. Jesus, I'm sorry. I think it's upside down. Yeah. Sorry, I was holding it upside down. There you go. So, the hotspots. Not too bad overall. $51C on that chip. It's not even that bad. 51C, I mean, your computer runs hotter than that. 52C at its highest point. I'm gonna go back in on that chip there. Yeah, 52C. I mean, that is more than acceptable. You can see the phone there. 40C on the... I mean, honestly, that is plenty respectable. Look, it's not hitting 200 Celsius. Who'd have thunk it? The more you know. Oh, my phone is upside down too. I'm like, interesting. It was like not... It wasn't working the right way. Okay, yeah. That's face up. That's the right way. What printer hits 200? The Qidi Plus 4 used to. It used to. It doesn't now. But it took us kicking and screaming to make it happen. Which I am less than thrilled about, but whatever. And that was on a motherboard. Well, now we're down to 4 screws. Damn it. I keep dropping these screws and they keep bouncing. I've got spares, but still, it's annoying. That's fine. At least it's... That didn't catch fire, but it likely would have if left long enough, in my opinion. I am, of course, not a fire inspector, so I don't have, like, you know, any real knowledge that I can provide to you guys on that. But in my 3D printer professional opinion, I would not have used it and didn't use it until they made the updates. And now, apparently, all machines shipped have it. Use FLIR to find the warm screws. I could, but that means I gotta... That means my floor has to not have a bunch of printers on it as I'm trying to figure out what to do about more space. Because I am out of space. All right. It's upside down. There we go. So yeah. Is anybody here good with tech and wants to try to help me diagnose this? Because if not, I think I mean, we did what we wanted to do. We tested a Prusa, Core 1, under flir. Right? Oh, that's pointing at me. Tested a Prusa Core 1 under flir. Now, of course, the bed is warm. Oh, and it's at 85. Oh, that's going to be interesting, too. You can see the radiative heat going up into the Mini Grant. That's kind of cool. Did the manufacturer change the max heat settings on the Qidi? They ended up replacing hardware, and they've done some software fixes. So they've met most of what I would want. I'm bummed that it had to get to this point, right? Like oh my God, come on, phone. I'm bummed that it took us, making the videos and the streams and all that to make it happen. I wish that Qidi would have taken their customers' issues seriously from the beginning, but ultimately that is not my responsibility. And yes, as Mike from Netherlands Machines Win says, make sure you like the stream. Please do. 81 of you watching right now. Thank you all for, putting up with this weird impromptu stream where I have nothing ready. I was just gonna find out. I think it's fun. Any other things you guys want to see me point this thing at that is, YouTube friendly? Beard to Print with the 5 memberships. Thank you, sir. K-Trim, Renee, Eden, Bear Dragon, Chem is Magic, and Michael Cox all got... Oh, the cat. How good does the wireless work? I could probably do this. You know what? Screw it. Let's see. I don't know when I walk back in if it's going to switch between the mesh nodes. But I'm going to take my cell phone with me. It's going to have a bit of a lag to it, but that's fine. I'm going to cover this camera as I walk into the house, because there are things that are occurring that I cannot show on camera. And let's see. Let's see what we can do. I don't know if it's going to work or not. Let's see if we can find the cat. My microphone is probably going to get a little messy. Okay, she's in her tree. I see her. I don't know if my microphone's going to work this far. That is defined as a warm... Look at those tucked feetsies. Properly warm loaf. Don't bite me. Stop it. Be nice. No. Stop it. Does it actually work? Oh, it does work. Look at that. It does work this far in. Yeah, you guys have a high quality loaf right here. Look at those tucked feetsies. I mean, that's a proper high quality loaf. You want some love, or do you want to be left alone? I don't know. You got it. Nope. Okay, you want to be left alone. All right, that makes sense. May I touch? Nope, I cannot touch. The cat is quite warm. 36°C in the ears. There you go. There's the cat on flir. This is your cat. This is your cat on flir. All right, I'm coming back out. I don't know how well the audio actually... Ah! Well, it's cool that that works, though. I just have no idea how well the audio actually transmits. The audio was clear and fantastic. That's cool. Everything worked fine. Hey, look, all right, if that's not in and of itself worth a like on the video, then I honestly don't know what I could do to convince you to support the efforts that we do here. I don't. One of you said you should go and put flir on the cat. And so what did I do? I went and found the cat. So if that alone is not worth a like and subscribe if you aren't, I mean, come on. Come on. All right. Can see, so the heater, the nozzle itself, it's still the hottest thing, but it is below 50°C. So, still cool. I'm surprised the audio had no issues. But I did leave the door open, so that makes sense. Anything else you guys want to see hit with flir before we call it? I didn't actually think this was going to go this well. I haven't figured out the computer issue, but I'm sure we'll try to work through it in the Discord later this evening. You guys just have to let me know. Oh, am I still... Oh, I see. We lost a bunch of people. Filament dryer. Oh. You know what? Yeah. I've got a poly dryer here. Yeah, let's hit the poly dryer. Now the thing is, I gotta bring that back up. I gotta bring that window back up. So the thing with the poly dryer is that it's acrylic. Come on, get your connection back, please. Oh yeah, you can actually see the heaters. Okay. Oh, for some reason the connection's not... It's like it's lagging, maybe? Give it a second. There it goes. Okay. There we go. Now we're back. I only have the poly dryer out here. Yeah, I can definitely see it getting warm. You can see where the heating element is down there. And if we pop the top off of this, we look to measure right in that grate. Getting about 60 Celsius. And this is... Oh, this is level 3. This is drying level 3. You know, there is some value to just mirroring the phone screen, because I don't have other cables I have to work with. I just pick up the phone. So there is some value to this. I'm going to leave the phone option around. It works with the cable that it came with. So it has an OTG cable that it came with. You have a FLIR app? Oh, you have an actual FLIR. This is not an actual FLIR device. This is an M256. High quality. It was $150. And for $150, I'm not complaining. Well, about its performance currently. So I guess theoretically that's humidity? I just think that's where... So there's a duct and it's pushing the air into this area of the machine. And we're trying to look through acrylic. So... The quality is better than my C5 for reals. And see... Oh! Inactivity. Sorry. Let me pull that back up. My bad. I thought I did enough with it. My bad. Give me a second. Gotta reconnect. Accept. There. Now we're back. I don't think that's humidity. I think that's just where the heat is going. And it's, yeah, it's just heating up the front. And I guess I could hold it this... I don't know. I need to get a USB-C extension cable is really what I need here. There is no roll inside. There's a roll on top, but there's no roll inside of it. We pull that off and we look at the output. Output's at... It was at 67 right when I pulled it off. If we... Yeah, the outside's at like 40 already. It's quite warm on the outside. It's a paper towel. Interesting how things look. Long cats. Oh yeah, there's the power supply for it back there. Yeah, I don't think it's humidity. I think this is just the acrylic warming up. Although this is probably polycarbonate. Would be my guess. Because, like, at least the other dryers that exist... I'm going to shut this so you can see me easier. The other dryers that exist, they set temperatures. The poly dryer is the only one that doesn't. Yeah, I'm just seeing the outside of the box temperature, which is like, you know, in the 30s. That's quite warm and in the 40s. So I'm going to pop this off again. We'll measure the temperature immediately. 65, 66. Yeah, so that's, you know, that's still running close to 70 Celsius. We'd like to see someone print nylon in the Core 1 without brims. Non-CFPA, just pure PA. Prusa's nylon plate would be fine, though. That's a lot of money. I can't do that here unless I bring the Core 1 inside. It's too humid out here. It is 78% ambient humidity out here. So it's too humid. And yes, this is the poly dryer that we are looking at. All right, I'm gonna crack the lid again. Okay, that's at 70 Celsius. We are at 70 Celsius and climbing. I mean, this is already getting close to 40 Celsius. Now, to be fair, this would be a lot easier with just a K-type thermocouple and just stick it in there. Like, a lot easier. Lonnie says my room is at 30%. Inside, it's in the 50s. This is Florida. It is like 27, 28 outside right now, Celsius, or mid-70s or so. And it's colder today than it normally is. It's pretty cool. Now we're getting the side of it here up to like 45 Celsius. That is quite toasty. But like poly dryers can be good use of as chamber heaters. The only issue is you can't set temperature on them. They just have 1, 2, or 3. But certainly if you had a Prusa Core 1 and you wanted to make it warmer, you've got this whole side panel for activities. You could easily print a thing that holds poly dryers or something like that and gives you the ability to warm it. Now, there's the phone. It's doing everything. So yeah, while this isn't ideal, it's not a bad setup overall, I guess. Whoops. I don't want one-way audio. I was just clicking on something to make it work. All right, one last time. I can hear it like powering up and down, so only 67. It peaked at 67. So yeah, there you go. It's upside down again. What the heck? Whatever. That's it, guys. I don't know. Fun little stream. Had a little fun. Got to take a look at, you know, the Prusa Core 1 while it's printing with thermal. If you have an idea of how to make this work with a PC, please let me know. I am open and accepting of any and all advice. But that's probably all that I have, because I'm starting to feel some pain. So that means I should, you know, probably stop. But yeah, guys, I want to thank you all for coming out, hanging out with us. A little bit of an odd stream. Leave a like, get subscribed, and all those things. Dark Alley Studio said, I wonder if I had an integrated dryer inside of the Core 1 enclosure could happen. You would have to, you'd have to install it on one of the bump outs. You know, so you could install it here on the bump outs, either cut holes or reprint it with space for a heater. But it is totally possible. It is totally possible. I don't know if you could run it off of the Prusa power supply, because I don't think it has enough cojones for that. But, you know, it is what it is. I feel I need such a small flir, but the M256 is not available in my region. The ones I have used at work are very expensive. Yeah, like official flirs are dummy expensive. I'm going to reach out to the company and see what they say and tell them, hey, I was trying this and I couldn't get it to work. So I would love your input. And because they have an email, they even have a phone number. It's a Chinese phone number, but it's a phone number nonetheless. So I'll try it on WhatsApp later tonight. I will email them later tonight as well. That's your bonus tip of the day. If you are having issues with a company, you know, let's say you're trying to email one of the manufacturers that exist in this industry, right? Let's say you want to email them. Don't email them during your hours. Email them during theirs, right? Email them during theirs. I'm trying to figure out how to turn this off. I guess I just have to sign out by web. Yeah. Sign out from web. There you go. I think it's a cool thing. I like it. I want to get it to work on the computer though. Like ideally, having it work on the computer is good. The fact that I have a method of doing it wirelessly is good too. But I want to have it work on the PC. So if you have ways that you know how to do that, let me know. But yeah, work in other people's time zones. That's your advice of the day. Work in other people's time zones. You'd be surprised how nice people are when you stay up till 9, 10 o'clock at night. Like, come on, like you aren't already staying up that late anyways. But, you know, to when you stay up late, you communicate with them in their time zone and you stay up. I've stayed up till 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning talking with representatives, whether that's just texting via WhatsApp, that's back and forth in emails. I get a lot more done when I'm willing to go the extra mile for them, because traditionally that's not the case, right? Traditionally, especially Americans, we just want our stuff. We want it now. We don't care about your time zone. And I'm not a huge fan of that. I will always extend the olive branch. And, you know, I can't say it's 100% effective because we don't have any monetary sponsors, but I can tell you it gets a lot of thank yous. And that to me is worth its weight in gold, especially for long-term, you know, let's go with cooperation. So, what else? Well, Dark Alley Studio says, I'm sure there's something out there, my man. Go take a break. I probably should. Mike says, yes, right before the start of their day might work best. But yeah, if you do want to come hang out with us in our Discord, where I will be starting an entire thread all about this thing to try to get it running, because I guess we have, I don't know, 15 to 30 days to figure it out, because if I can't figure it out, it's going to go back to Amazon and I will get a cheaper, there are cheaper versions of this. Like, I found ones like this that were like 192 by 256 for like $100. I paid the extra 50 because I wanted to be able to run it via USB. That was distinctly one of my reasons for getting it. So that's all I have for you all today. Stay safe out there. Don't forget to call your loved ones. Don't forget to leave a like and get subscribed. And as always, keep making